Hello everyone, my name is Shivanti Jones. This is the Unit 3 presentations for Marketing 645. This presentation is about market research trends, and the information for this presentation is based on the GRIT report. Our agenda for today, we will start off by looking at some of the skills that are needed to be a successful market researcher. Then we will look at some of the buzz topics in market research. We will also look at some of the trend-inspired challenges, and then we will pick one of these challenges and transform that into an opportunity. And finally, we will end with how I plan on utilizing the GRIT report in my market research proposal. There is a certain skill set that is required to be a successful market researcher. I have identified 5 top skills that are necessary for a market researcher. Core business skills and marketing skills are a requirement for a market researcher. Knowledge of data analytics and data science are the new trend in market research. Market researchers should be able to extract meaningful insight from data collection, be able to apply and integrate the data into research decisions, and also be able to get the maximum use out of the data that has been collected. In addition to the quantitative data collection, researchers should also be able to identify and understand buyer behavior and make use of qualitative data. Data by itself does not make any sense. A researcher should be able to utilize the data and craft a story that makes sense to most people. A market researcher should also always have an ear to the ground and be aware of trends and changes to best use this information before the competition. It is no surprise that most of the buzz topics in market research are technology driven. The GRIT report shows that artificial intelligence and automation are the emerging trends in marketing research. A combination of data quality tools, programmable sample tools, agile research tools, and data visualization tools will provide a wealth of data that researchers can use to gain insight about their market. Research automation is a launchpad for how we utilize this data, and not just a tool to how we collect and display data. Let the intelligent automation do much of the data collection and analysis, and use the human resources to make sense of the data and extract meaningful insights. How the big data is used in decision making is becoming really important. Data is being used to not make just a single decision, but to identify trends and opportunities within that market. The market researcher has the data available. This has to be analyzed into meaningful data through automation. A customizable market research platform would allow the researcher to plug in the data gathered to make forecasts, visualization, and customized analytics that the automation cannot do by itself. The last one is innovation in market research. Innovation in delivering value through technology and enhanced services is also an emerging trend in market research. In a market, there are opportunities, there are also challenges. From a corporate culture that has been predominantly focused on advertising, it is moving towards a more data-driven approach in marketing research. Mining data to come up with useful insights, trends, and opportunities are the drivers in the marketing department, and not the advertising budget anymore. Buyer behavior changes and preferences are sometimes hard to forecast and predict. Resource constraints such as limited time, manpower, and financial resources are constrained in marketing research. From investing in complicated automation software that can do the work of 5 people to the time required to implement and learn the program, there are limitations. Artificial intelligence and automation-driven data is a relatively new approach. Marketing researchers are still in the beginning stages of harvesting the full potential of what artificial intelligence and automation can do for marketing research. One of the market challenges identified in the previous slide is changing buyer behavior, preferences, and attitudes. It is important that a firm delivers consistent, positive experience to the buyer. The time frame to make an impact on a buyer is shortening and shrinking. On average, it is now less than 2 minutes. My topic for research proposal is to identify how to best utilize direct marketing techniques to reach customers. Direct mail and catalogs as a standalone are losing value. People receive so much junk mail that most of the time this attempt to reach customers goes unnoticed and are ineffective. The same goes to emails. According to the Grit report, using a short video to tell a powerful story has 95% chance of being remembered. Direct marketing techniques using primarily text have only 10% of retention rate. A targeted and customized email to a customer works better than a general mass email sent out to all customers. Social media presence is also an important trend for firms. So the buyer's expectations have changed now. How they retain marketing information has evolved, and the time to make an impact is shortening. The grid report is a useful tool, and I will be using that in my market research proposal. It is especially useful to identify some of the emerging trends in the market in general. I was also able to find some information on direct marketing and some of the up and coming trends, but not the traditional direct mail, but also more of videos and targeted emails that are for specific customers. Also use that to recognize some of the challenges and kind of have plans in place to overcome them. New technology, definitely. One of the trends that I was able to come across was the utilization of artificial intelligence and automation in market research, and I would think about how I would be able to use AI and automation in direct marketing. Identify opportunities for market growth. That's an obvious one that you can learn from the Great Report as well. That concludes my presentation. Thank you all for listening. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Thank you.